Hey basketball guys, we have news. Let's go to more Los Angeles Lakers news, but first don't forget to subscribe to the channel and leave your like. The Lakers have a new owner, Mark Walter, who has already stated that he will create a super team and seek championships, and the goal is to surpass the Boston Celtics and for the Lakers to become the franchise with the most titles in the NBA. Is it possible to bring in a third star? Yes, it is. And in the NBA, things have been happening unexpectedly, and therefore a trade between the Lakers and Celtics could happen, and the solid star Jaylen Brown joins Luka Doncic and LeBron James to form the most feared big three in the NBA. Of course, the Lakers will have to get rid of Austin Reeves and a first-round pick, along with 2 other players, to convince the star to come to Los Angeles to shine in the purple and gold. The new owner of the Lakers wants a star-studded team to be a champion. With a new owner, Mark Walter, in town, big moves could be in the works for the Los Angeles Lakers. Lake Show Life's Sviatoslav Revanchuk thinks there's a chance the organization could move on from Austin Reeves in favor of a Boston Celtics superstar guard in free agency. Continuing to monitor the developments from the Boston Celtics will be an important task for Rob Pelinka this summer, Revanchuk wrote Saturday. Similarly to the Lakers, the Celtics just got a new ownership group. Unlike the Lakers, that regime is looking to shed costs. Names like Jaylen Brown, Derek White, and Kristaps Porzingis should invite some curiosity in trade packages. Although, only Brown or White would really be worth surrendering Reeves here. Boston will be headed for a considerable makeover this summer after the Achilles injury of Jason Tatum has set the franchise back from contention. Capitalizing on the Celtics' expected desire to shift gears could help the Lakers push themselves closer to matching their rivals in banner count. Surprisingly, Brown managed to play through a partially torn meniscus this postseason. Still, the Celtics, who finished their unsuccessful second-round series against the New York Knicks without Tatum, failed to repeat as NBA champions this year. With Boston looking to cut costs this offseason while remaining in contention in Tatum's absence, the idea of the Lakers prying Brown away from the Celtics isn't far-fetched. The California product has proven to be a trustworthy Robin alongside Tatum in Boston. While it's no secret that Brown's left-handed playmaking ability is still a work in progress, the 4-time All-Star's polished pick-and-pop shooting, one-move-and-go tactic, preferably an in-and-out, while traveling right, and under-control finishing around the rim help him compensate for that weakness. It's also worth noting that Brown is among the most formidable perimeter defenders in the league, making him a lethal force on both ends. Brown averaged 22.2 points, 5.8 rebounds, 4.5 assists, and 1.2 steals per game, shooting 46.3% from the field and 32.4% from three-point land. Although Reeves continues to improve each season with the Lakers, swapping him for Brown, a 2024 NBA Finals MVP who's further along in his development than Reeves, would be a roster-upgrading move for the franchise entering a pivotal 2025-26 campaign. Another trade that the Lakers could make with the Boston Celtics, without having to get rid of Austin Reeves. Trade proposal between Lakers and Celtics looks like win-win for both teams. A bold Lakers-Celtics swap centered on Derek White could reshape both rosters. LA would add a two-way playmaker, while Boston would restock with youth, cap flexibility, and a valuable future pick. Our understanding of a blockbuster deal proposal is finally taking shape, the Los Angeles Lakers potentially landing Derek White from Boston, with the Celtics receiving Rui Hachimura, promising youngster Dalton Knecht, and a 2031 first-round pick in return. White, with 2 all-defensive second-team selections and a pivotal role in Boston's title charge since his acquisition, is emerging as the centerpiece, but this trade isn't a one-sided affair. The Lakers need immediate shooting and perimeter defense around LeBron James, Luka Doncic, and Austin Reeves, while the Celtics need to shed salary, so this deal provides each team with what they need. Specifically, for LA, it's a defensive upgrade in the backcourt and a clutch creator. For Boston, it's a savvy pivot toward youth and future flexibility. The inclusion of White is the key signal. This would be more than a shakeup, it'd be a statement of intent from 2 rivals coming together for an interesting trade proposal. Los Angeles Lakers receive Derek White. Boston Celtics receive Rui Hachimura, Dalton Knecht, 2031 first-round pick. Los Angeles Lakers create the best starting lineup in the Western Conference. By acquiring Derek White, the Lakers would vault their backcourt defense into elite territory. In 2024-25, White averaged 1.1 blocks and 0.9 steals per game, showcasing his two-way prowess. His physicality and length make him a perfect fit with LeBron and Luka's offense, offering reliable off-ball screening, switchability, and the ability to guard multiple positions. White's 16.4 ppg on 38.4% from 3, coupled with 4.8 APG, offers the Lakers a proven secondary creator. His elevated March, where he logged consecutive 35-plus point games and earned Eastern Player of the Month honors, signals his ability to carry offensive weight when necessary. White's postseason resume includes averaging over 20 minutes with a consistent defensive impact. He's been a key piece in Boston's deep playoff runs, bringing championship-tested toughness. With LeBron aging into later playoff years, pairing him with a guard like White, who's accustomed to ferocious playoff intensity, could tip the scales in grueling Western Conference battles. An interesting trade proposal that gives each rival what they need. LA clearly pushes all chips to the center by giving up a starter-caliber forward, Hachimura, a young player, Knecht, and a future first. But Derek White's combo guard skills, elite defense, reliable shooting, and finishing fill a glaring roster hole. With him on board alongside LeBron, Luka, and Reeves, LA would arguably field the most complete starting lineup in the West. Meanwhile, Boston smartly pivots on purpose, moving out a high-priced guard for a younger forward, a promising rookie, and future assets. They create payoff potential if Hachimura re-emerges, Knecht develops quickly, and they wield the 2031 pick as they see fit. This turns White's departure into a clear strategic forward move without surrendering competitiveness. Both sides receive exactly what they covet. Lakers get immediate championship components, Celtics gain flexibility to chase an even higher ceiling or retool without panic. Ideally, it's a textbook trade, balancing present goals with future flexibility in terms of cap space and roster development. Lakers reportedly have made trade offer for young big they need. The Lakers have not given up in their pursuit of this young big man. After a quick exit last month in the NBA playoffs, the Los Angeles Lakers need to have a good offseason as they try to build around the trio of LeBron James, Luka Doncic, and Austin Reeves. The Lakers will begin their offseason journey this week with the 2025 NBA Draft. Los Angeles has the 55th overall pick in the second round, which could net them a young player whom they can develop in the NBA G League. However, most Lakers fans' attention is on free agency and the trade market, as the Lakers need a center who can protect the rim and also be an offensive threat. The free agent market isn't appealing, so the Lakers' best bet might be acquiring a center via trade, despite not having a lot of draft capital. That said, Los Angeles has reportedly made an offer for a young center playing in the Western Conference. Lakers in pursuit of Jazz's Walker Kessler. Andy Larson of the Salt Lake Tribune said on a recent episode of the Locked On Jazz podcast that Utah has been presented with an offer for Walker Kessler and added that the Lakers have been continuously pursuing the young center. I think there's been an offer presented for Walker Kessler. And, certainly the Lakers have shown significant interest all the way back to the deadline, certainly continuing now, Larson said, hat tip Nelson Espinal of Los Angeles Lakers on SI. And him being their future of the center, giving up multiple picks to get there, that is on the table right now. I don't know if the Jazz take it. Certainly, they haven't so far. It's not shocking to anyone that the Lakers have not given up their pursuit of Kessler. Given his age and skills, he would be the perfect center to play with Doncic and James. Last season, the 23-year-old center averaged a double-double for the first time in his career, with 11.1 points and 12.2 rebounds, including 4.6 offensive boards per game. Kessler had a 130 ORTG, offensive rating, and a 115 DRTG, defensive rating. He would be a huge upgrade over what they got this season from Jackson Hayes and Alex Len, the latter of whom was a disastrous pickup. That said, the Jazz don't have to move Kessler yet, as he's still under contract for another season. If the Lakers are desperate for Kessler, they'll have to get creative with the trade package, which means they might need to include Dalton Knecht. Lakers have obvious trade target in division rival. The Los Angeles Lakers will almost certainly be one of the most active teams in the league this summer. As we enter the final stretch of LeBron James' career, the Lakers have no choice but to surround him with the best team possible to give themselves a shot at winning their 18th NBA title. To do that, the Lakers have to find a long-term answer for their glaring hole at center. Because of their limited financial resources, this requires being aggressive on the trade market for at least two quality centers. Lakers can partner with division rival for a potential win-win trade. For one of them, the Lakers could turn to a division rival. The Sacramento Kings have Jonas Valanciunas under contract, a veteran big man who LeBron James has expressed interest in previously. The 33-year-old bruiser is not the rim protector or the athlete the Lakers are looking for, but he is a physical presence who can bring scoring and rebounding off the bench. The Lithuanian center is set to make $10.3 million for the 2025-26 season, a salary that the Lakers can easily get to in a trade by moving Gabe Vincent, Maxi Kleber, or Jared Vanderbilt. Valanciunas is not going to start, but could be an innings eater who could play around 20 minutes as the backup center. Another fascinating wrinkle to this trade scenario could be including defensive guard Keon Ellis in the deal. Ellis would be an excellent fit in the backcourt next to Austin Reeves or Luka Doncic, as a 3-and-D specialist. His $2.3 million salary for next season makes him an easy inclusion in the trade. Once Ellis gets involved, the Lakers would probably need to include a first-round pick in the deal, on top of the matching salary. Regardless of the exact details of this trade possibility, it is certainly worth it for GM Rob Pelinka to give his counterpart in Sacramento a call sooner rather than later. Lakers have reportedly made offer to Walker Kessler. The Los Angeles Lakers are on the hunt for a center this offseason, and Utah Jazz center Walker Kessler is at the top of the list. The Utah Jazz reportedly received an offer from the Lakers' president of basketball operations, Rob Pelinka, for Kessler. Andy Larson of the Salt Lake Tribune reports that the Jazz already have the offer in hand, but it isn't enough to get the deal done yet. I think there's been an offer presented for Walker Kessler. And, certainly the Lakers have shown significant interest all the way back to the deadline, certainly continuing now, Larson said during an appearance on the Locked On Jazz podcast. And him being their future of the center, giving up multiple picks to get there, that is on the table right now. I don't know if the Jazz take it. Certainly, they haven't so far. On the trade market, there are a couple of young centers available for a deal. Charlotte Hornets center Mark Williams could be on the move again. Brooklyn Nets center Nick Claxton is another name linked to the Lakers. There are a couple of veterans in free agency, though Pelinka seems keen on getting a young center for the long term. The move is pivotal for the Lakers since Luka Doncic loves to play alongside a rim-running center. The team traded away their only starting caliber player in getting Doncic, which means the team now needs to dump draft picks and wing players to get a meaningful upgrade. The Lakers hold one of their future first-round picks, a couple of pick swaps, and several contracts in the $10 to $20 million range, a necessity for any deal in the latest collective bargaining agreement. Jazz executive Danny Ainge is the top decision-maker for the franchise, though he is notorious for being unwilling to deal with the Lakers, making a Kessler deal unlikely unless the Jazz need to shed salary for a free agent or another deal. Lakers defensive specialist on thin ice with NBA season officially over. The NBA season is officially over, and the Los Angeles Lakers' new ownership will have its first chance at putting its own stamp on the team. It isn't a wild jump to assume that one of the first moves will likely involve upgrading the center position. The Lakers were reduced to playing a five-man lineup in the playoffs with Rui Hachimura and LeBron James guarding the opposing center. This set up LA's quick exit and ended what was expected to be a deep run. With new ownership has come even higher expectations that the Lakers will look to increase spending. The Lakers are cash-strapped this summer, though, meaning trades are the likeliest path to upgrading the frontcourt. Los Angeles will likely be forced to trade a player or two, And a clear avenue the team must explore is trading wing defender and shooter Gabe Vincent. Lakers should explore trading Gabe Vincent this NBA offseason. Vincent simply cannot be relied on consistently, putting him on thin ice as far as head coach J.J. Redick's plans go. For a team expected to push the boundaries of the salary cap, it would be a wise decision to move on from the undersized guard. The Lakers need to create more space to add legitimate contributors alongside LeBron James and Luka Doncic, and an easy path to doing this is using Vincent's deal. Los Angeles could have a tough time finding someone to take the deal on, even with Vincent's playoff experience. It is possible the Lakers will need to add on a draft pick and make it part of a larger deal to escape the rest of the contract. The Lakers are expected to explore all options, with only LeBron and Doncic expected to be off limits when it comes to trade talks. Where Austin Reaves stands with new ownership and how likely a future deal might be will answer whether or not he is included in trade discussions. For Vincent, it has been an up-and-down run with the Lakers that is often defined by frustrations. In 83 games with LA, the former UC Santa Barbara product has only averaged 6.0 points, 1.4 assists, and 1.2 rebounds while shooting 39% from the floor and 33.2% from distance. Vincent could benefit from a change of scenery, and Los Angeles could use his cap hit and roster spot for another position. With this in mind, Laker fans should prepare themselves for more roster overturn heading into the 2025-26 season.